Is it the human resources that we have? Is it the arable land that we have? What is it that we have as a country that should stand us out? My name is Udwak Daniel, by the way. Nigeria's agricultural sector is facing a significant challenge, and this is despite its vast fertile lands and large youth population. The country has 34 million hectares of arable land, but most of it remains underutilized. Meanwhile, the youth population, which accounts for over 60% of the country's population under the age of 30, is not being effectively engaged in agriculture. Hence, we are looking at the Nigeria's underutilization of fertile land and youth potential. This underutilization of fertile land and youth potential, it has resulted in Nigeria spending a whopping 10 billion US dollars annually on agro imports while earning less than 400 million US dollars from agro exports. Historically, though, Nigeria has been a major player in Africa's agricultural sector, particularly in palm oil production. However, the country's agricultural sector has declined over the years, and this is due to various factors. One of such is lack of investment, inadequate infrastructure, poor policy implementation, insecurity, of course. Corruption cannot be spoken away. Mismanagement. In contrast, if you look at countries like Thailand has made significant strides in agriculture. They leveraged on technology, they're leveraging on innovation, they're leveraging on youth participation to boost productivity, to boost exports. Thailand's agricultural sector is a very notable example of how effective policy implementation, investment in technology, youth engagement can. What are we doing here? What exactly are we doing in Nigeria? How much of youth involvement and participation have we had? How much of policy implementation have we been able to achieve? I mean, we've not even been able to manage our budgets yet. We don't even know what our population is yet. So how do we even know how to administer a society, a country, a nation, its raw materials into productivity that should lead to building Nigeria's GDP? Well, we have our guest, who is the person of High Chief Peter Ameh. He is a national secretary of the Coalition of United Political Parties, and he's on here joining us via phone call. Good morning to you, High Chief Peter Ameh.
Good morning, my brother.
Right. High Chief, I mean, it is disturbing the fact that oil, we have been very, very respected, regarded, seen in the map of the world because of our agricultural and the good deeds and the greatly something. So we are in a limbo, so to speak, when it comes to the exact number.
So why are we talking? If we don't talk, we won't be able to draw attention to this failure of leadership. Because of Nigerian stagnation, like only with his leadership, there's nobody should be trying to look for faults elsewhere. From rampant corruption to glaring lack of vision, the leaders have no vision. They have no ambitions. Those who are affected have led to development. Nigeria has no business report. Nigeria has no single business poverty. Because look at land we have. 4 million pairs of land to Ghana. And yet look at what Ghana is gaining from exportation of just coconut. We must be able to look at how to diversify. Because if you look at whether the oil has now become a cost to our nation, because any country that have the level of youth, energetic youth population as Nigeria has, should be the world headquarters of importation of production and not consumption. What we have today is failure of leadership. And anybody who disagrees will only be doing that maybe because they are in government. Because despite this country's abundant natural resources and human resources, poor governance has squandered our opportunities, leaving Nigeria behind in its full potential to do what is right for its people. My point of argument is simple. That the leaders not be led. The people try to blame the led. Those who have been led, those citizens that you are trying to blame for no participation, that they are docile, they have been beaten by a cycle of poor leadership, of continuous poor leadership, consistent and successive poor leadership. From one leadership to the other is failure. You hand over from one to the other, it gets worse. From where we thought it was over, we get to Tinubu, no, it's even more than disastrous. So the primary architect of Nigeria failure, drawing on historical patterns and comparative insights to underscore the whole issue, is leadership. As soon as we get our leadership equation right, as soon as we have people who can prioritize the interests of our people, as soon as we put people in office who will see the potentials of Nigeria, of our land, of our people, of the capacity of the youth to be put to use. The easiest way for Nigeria to get out of poverty today, to get people employed today, is to reinvent the wheel of state, of investment. And that reinvention must go into agriculture. Agriculture has the shortest gestation period to generate results, to put food on the table, to generate resources, to generate revenue, and even improve the economy of the country. The genesis of Nigeria's troubles can be traced directly to the unethical practices of its leaders, of our own leaders, particularly the widespread embezzlement of our public funds since 1960. Since we got independent, our money has continually been wasted from one side who say we have so much money, we have nothing to do with it. We did see what happened to the IBBP road when there was a Gulf oil wave fall, when we did not see what the money was used for. To all the money in 1999, as I'm telling you, Obasanjo got into office where our debt servicing ratio was about 75%. When he left office, he had dragged it down to 7.5% in 2008. But now, as I'm speaking to you, we're already crossing 55%, going to 55%. That is against the World Bank ratio for debt servicing. So our problem is not that we don't have the human capital investing resources. It's not that we don't have the natural resources. We have all these things in quantum abundance. But we have leaders who have prioritized comfort, personal luxury over the comfort of their citizens. And we can't get it right if we continue to pamper our leaders and make them feel that, and they continue to treat our treasury as personal piggy bank, diverting millions of money meant for public welfare into private coffers. These are eroded trust in government, and people are disassociating themselves from government that is leading to exacerbated socio-economic disparities. These socio-economic disparities is the fact that the poor have become extremely poor, the rich have become extremely wealthy, the middle class have been wiped out. Nobody is earning 300,000, 200,000 today who say is living a better life. People are struggling for how to map. There's no insurance for people who are surviving. The healthcare system is decayed. They have to rush a family member to Abuja because there's no hospital in Kogi. The governor special hospital is in a bad state of repair. The federal medical centers across Nigeria. The best way to join the living standard of the people is through its health infrastructure. Today we have universities that are not welcoming foreign students. I've been in school for the last 10 years, from master's degree to PhD. You can never sit in any of Nigerian university and see a foreign student. But go to Ghana, go to Benin Republic. The Nigerian system is falling apart. And our people, everybody is thinking that we keep on moving one day at a time. We should continue to adjust one day at a time. We should continue to be patient one day at a time. And then every generation will start to pass. How long are we going to continue? The consequences are evident in the skyrocketing levels of poverty that have inflicted millions of Nigerians. You can't even go to any report, go to MNF, go to World Bank report. Over half of our population live below poverty line. That is what the reports are saying. And this is in far contrast to the wealth that God has blessed this country with. In far contrast, we have oil, we have agricultural potential, we have mineral potential. Then you look at this theft level.
So, High Chief.
People are exporting and exporting to that security.
Yeah, High Chief.
Please, we can't continue like this. We need to get the leadership system right.
Are we at a point of combustion? Are we sitting on the mine? With all of these that you've enumerated, it's sending chills down my spine. If something is not done, what do you think would be the outcome in few years to come?
I don't know how long Nigerians can hold. I'm sincerely, I move around a lot. I don't know how long Nigerians can hold, because you can't continue to, have increasing numbers of youth population that is energetic and idle at 60%. Idle, because how many can government employ? And government is not investing more in creating an enabling environment for people to be able to be gainfully and privately employed.
But the government has been given, but governments have been given soft loans. I mean, we have seen the 25, where even Wale Adun had come out recently to say these are proof of the soft loans that we've been sending to the poorest of the poor and vulnerable.
That's why I'm saying that those soft loans are there's a missed opportunity there. What I've said severally as an economist, I think that we should not do social, how they call it, we try to live with capital. Yes, I don't believe in total capitalism as much as I believe in a mixed economy.
Right.
We should not leave socialism totally and focus on it 100%. Yes, we want to move people out of poverty. What's the best way do we move them out of poverty? Do we look at potentials of those who have the capacity to invest in viable businesses, like using this arable land? Those who can plant coconut in excess of land. Those who can plant palm trees that can generate foreign exchange. Those who can plant, cassava that can lead to investment and foreign exchange for our country. If we carry this money, this level of resources that Wale Adun is claiming to have shared to Nigerians to feed, which can only feed them for 2 days, 25,000 naira or so, and it will disappear and go into a waste, and mismanaged maybe they are buying Tokubo shirt with it, buying Tokubo shoes with it, that will not be able to have a ripple effect on our economy. Why not let's give this money to these people, young people, and say these are soft loans that has no premiums, no excessive interest on this. It's free of interest. That for a period of 10 years, you should use this loan to run your farm, to run this investment, or to run this whole place. Look at the level of money it mentions. If you put that money into that, you have a spiral effect. You have a compulsive effect that these people will employ up to 10 people. Each of them will employ 50 people. And then they'll take people off the street. And that is the best kind of investment that the developing nation should be doing. But that's what China did. That's what Singapore are doing.
Are we right?
And Nigeria should not be left out. We should not just continue to look at social safety nets that are interested in corruption and cleaning up public funds.
Hi, Chief. Are we really ripe in ensuring monitoring and evaluation in this country? Because many a time we have failed, even the government in itself has failed to monitor projects that it is handling, to evaluate it, to bring about accountability and transparency. So is the government really, are we ready as a country, as a people, as a nation, to do what you have just said and ensure that there is monitoring and evaluation to say, okay, we've been able to give you soft loans. How many people have you employed? What have you done with the soft loans and all of that? Because quite a number of Nigerians say it is still man to no man. It will still fall into the hands of the people who know politicians. These are the people who are still benefiting. So there will be no place for justice, for accountability, for transparency. So what is sustainable?
That's where the leadership equation comes in. You have to build a structural and sectoral plan that can, have a monitoring mechanism in place that can supervise the process effectively. We are not the first country in the world that will do that. We can do it with discipline, with focused leadership. What I'm saying is that there was a corruption infested one done under the former late President Muhammadu Buhari, where they call it Anchor Borrower Scheme.
Yeah.
The Anchor Borrower Scheme was faulty even from the name from the beginning, in the sense that the man comes up and says is the anchor for 500 farmers. Money is given to him to give to 500 farmers. He submits fictitious name of 500 people, and the money is recycled around those 500 people and to return back to him. This is the kind of system we should not encourage. We have seen systems that are worked. Our fertilizer distribution processes were bedeviled by corruption, by theft of fertilizer by those who were responsible for the distribution. The Femi Adesina came in during under Jonathan and came up with a phone distributive system where phones were given to farmers, where fertilizers got to farmers directly, and it was very effective. People praised all over the world. Why did it continue? Because government is a continuum. It's not about government of the APC, government of the PDP, or government of the Labour Party. It's about government of the people. Because as soon as you get to government, you are no longer representing the entire interest of your party, but the entire interest of the populace. So we need to try to have this reorientation about those who get into power. We think that when they win power, power is in totality belongs to their party and belongs to their party members. Today, even contracts in Nigeria, you have to belong to a member of a political party to have that opportunity. There's no public bidding anymore. It's done within the national headquarters of those political parties that are in power. So we need to be able to understand and rewire that mentality. And we will only do that when we put focus and responsible leadership in place. So what we need to do is that we need to, okay, you said you have shared money. Today, Festus Ogo, a lawyer, young lawyer, has written to the ministry that they need the list of those who have collected this money. If it was truly done, you don't have to wait for 2 weeks, because this list would have been in a soft copy PDF form, and you forward to his WhatsApp or forward to his email. But because these are sharp process of created to embezzle money to steal public funds without proper database, because without database you cannot have accountability, you cannot have transparency, you can have a process that is devoid of corruption, that is not putting money into private pockets for private use and for private interest. So we need to have a situation where we create a proper, reliable database for this country first. We have a situation where we have, trackable system for those who have applied to the farmers. We see their CFO. We have focus inspectors for these farm locations that have been listed as location for planting of 30 hectares of coconut, 50 hectares of palm tree, 300 hectares of this. We have this location mapped out. It's not a difficult thing. These are not rocket science. We have the land. The land is within our territory. The land is within the control of state governors and federal government in some cases. Then we use the land use act properly, and then give this loan to this soft loan, this free non-interest loan to these serious young people. We have people who are studying agricultural extension, agricultural sciences, that are no longer useful to our economy because we are not investing where it matters most. We are focusing on oil. We are focusing on investments that are not expanding the economy beyond what it has expanded it in the 80s and the 90s. But adding more of these short gestation investment opportunity to our revenue collection process, we'll be able to expand our economy. We'll be able to create more jobs, direct and indirect job creation. Because government cannot absorb the unemployed. You can go and check statistics of how many people that are, graduating from our universities on a daily basis. How many beds that is being we're having in our hospital on a daily basis, and then compare it with what government is doing. You know that the time bomb is ahead, and if we are not working fast, round the clock every day, 24 hours is not even enough to achieve the result. To be able to stem this downward fall and stem it in a way that we need the unfolding disaster in the board, then we have a crisis in our hands. So we must, the population will become a disadvantage instead of an advantage to our people.
Right. Let me put a peg to your thoughts. Let's just take this call here. Hello, good morning. Hello? Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling
Good
from?
morning, Yudi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Comrade Salisu on the line. I'm calling from Suleja, just typed.
All right, Comrade Salisu, let's hear your thoughts and your
God bless you. God bless you. You see, this country started with agriculture in this country.
Right.
And the agriculture is the best thing to go. It's the best thing to save us, our economy. It's the best thing. When the government, before when I was born, in the local government have agricultural farm. The state have farm, even the federal government have farm before, in my place. I see it. And they employ a lot of workers in the agricultural system. But today, they leave agriculture for individual. Now, because of that, the problem is everywhere in the country. They're facing oil. And now in the country, things are not going well because we have a long way to somebody can score for us is there. But the government will have, the leader will have, they are not ready to save us. They are under the all our leaders in the country now, they are billionaires. They have money, all things in the other countries. Business in another country. But they want us to die in poverty in this country. They want to take our money and go to another country and develop. When they want them, where they get this money from? They don't have anywhere to get the money. They get money from here. And here, this country make the billions. They make the billionaires all. Where they make money, they are corrupt. And they want the country to be corrupt.
All right, comrade.
When you see all the system now, people, all the children in the country, violent, criminal, kidnappers everywhere, who train them? It's politicians. When train boys to ring the election for you,
Comrade Sally,
and you cannot settle them.
Yeah, comrade. Let me ask you just one single question, and I would be glad if you gave me a single answer. What is the remedy? How do we get back to where we failed? How do we get it right?
Very good question.
Just
simple,
one line,
simple.
one sentence.
Yeah, hello?
One sentence.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, one sentence.
Yeah. Now we need to go back to agriculture.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
Start from there.
Okay.
Settle all the bandage. When all the farm is ready to go back to agriculture. Settle the Fulani men. Group them for everywhere to keep them. Federal government go back to agriculture in full way.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish I could get on with you, Comrade Sally, right there. But yeah, we are back with you talking about the guest now. Oh, okay, we just lost that particular call right now. But okay, we'll try to get back. Well, put your thoughts through together and put your calls through and let me know what your thoughts would be in view of the conversation and discourse this morning. Right. Hello and good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Thank you, Solomon. All these two people that I'm Solomon from
all right.
I'm calling from Maraba.
All right, go ahead.
All these two people that have spoken, they have spoken correctly. Especially that first man that talked.
Yes.
He really finished the work. He finished everything.
Right.
And another thing is this: encouragement of talent. Talent. You know that talent can bring lots of money to this country. Sir, as I'm talking with you now, just get my number, call me to the studio, listen to 5 of my records. Jamaicans, Americans, they will value my music seriously.
Okay.
Very seriously. But I'm staying here very poor. Nigeria, they don't even know me at all. Sir, I'm not just talking. Call me to your studio, listen to my music. There's a track I played. Use.
Okay. We lost that.
It's clear that there is no difference between me and Bob Marley. That Jamaica used shine.
Very well. No problem. We'll look into that. But you're saying that beyond agriculture, we should also talk about, entertainment, talent, and
also encouragement of talent.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate that one from you. Says encourage the talent right there. If you look at the talent then you will see and understand how you can include the youth, have the youth have a sense of belonging, and of course generate some very good, foreign exchange, GDP building for the economy. Now I see some messages right here. Let me start with this one here. It's coming from whom now? My dear friend and brother. I'm talking Ogenemano Austin from Anguanadamu, Nasarawa State, says Nigeria was an agrarian country before the advent of oil. In all its four cardinal points, it was agriculture all through. The West was known for cocoa, East for palm oil, North for groundnut, while the South was known for rubber, cassava, and other crops. But today, Nigeria has drifted away from focusing on agriculture to oil. All right, Oganamano now letting us into some sort of, thought line, taking us back memory lane, showing us how we have digressed, from the truth, from the way forward, from what it should be and all, and it's really quite disturbing. Now, to some persons who would say, oh, the different regions of Nigeria, they didn't have anything to offer. Oganamano is saying that we had everything to offer, and all of it had nothing like oil, except for palm oil for the East, cocoa for the West, groundnuts for the North, South known for rubber, cassava, and all. Well, hi, Chief. I'm glad you're back right here and right now. I mean, where do we put the youth now in conversations like this? If we must move forward, if we must make a shift, because there are some persons who would tell you that if we must go into agriculture, and even though there has not been youth participation a lot, how then do we also engage the youth? Is it only agriculture that we can engage the youth in to make them very prosperous and to make them people that are productive and all? How then can the youth, the leaders of tomorrow, in quotes, find their bearing in the midst of all of these chaos?
First of all, the government must prioritize their spending. It must take away spending on luxury for public officials and put spending on where it will have positive and great impact on the life of the young people. Agriculture that we mentioned is because right now, as I speak to you, the greatest contributor to our youth, to our inflationary figures is food inflation. We can't have these 34 million fertile hectares of land, and Nigeria is having food challenge. That is an insult to our collective sensibility, to our national integrity. So we shouldn't have that. That's why we're telling agriculture as the shortest gestation period to solve some of these challenges instantly. Because agriculture comes with a lot of byproducts, ethanol and all the other things are part of the agricultural revolution.
Chief, let me butt you for a bit, right? Don't you think that agriculture has been seen with the eye of, oh, it's a dirty sector? It's too high.
I'm getting there.
Okay,
I
but it's not viable,
That's why we're seeking for government intervention. Agriculture has gone beyond this.
Right.
I've seen videos of Thailand agricultural revolution in coconut.
Yeah.
I've seen the one from Ghana. I've seen palm oil, investment in Malaysia and Indonesia. So I've seen how technology, how mechanized investment in this sector have made it even more appealing to young people. But we're not saying that all young people must go into agriculture. We have population. So with the kind of population we have the liberty, we have the opportunity to, put our youth population to various directions. We've said that this country started on agriculture and it was very successful. The cocoa house in Ibadan, all these houses were built with the agricultural resources. But what I'm saying is that if you look at what India has done, India has put themselves as a leading investment and leading participation in the tech industry in the world, in the Silicon Valley. The Indians are leading. And Nigerians have such brain, such capability. If government can also put money into creating with the new development in AI, with silicon chip development processes going on, and put these resources together, We could also have a way that will start to invest in tech, export this knowledge outside, and also expand on that sector. Because in this tech and agriculture are currently the fastest growing industry in the world. So we cannot ignore both sides. So these sides are very important. But for our current challenge and our interest to be able to, to stop this fall, to make sure that Nigerians can put food on the table, to stop the impoverished society, public citizens from going minority completely. We need to be able to get into agriculture because you have gestation periods for this. Corn can take about a few months, cassava a few months. You plant cocoyam a few months. You plant palm trees today. Within 3 years you start production. So you know how this thing works. So you can now invest in it so that we can come out of this food inflation and go into the deflation process with that when it comes to food and cost of pricing of food. You don't have a land. You can't have a country that has so much huge potential when it comes to land, when it comes to human capital investment in this area, and then we're lagging behind. So that's why we're focusing on agriculture and what agriculture can do. And then we can feed the world. We can become the headquarters of food for the world. And that will change our poverty status. It will change the mindset of our people. It will change the mindset of our young people. So people will remove we will take from poverty level to our borders level. We will now generate Africa and put Africa on the global map so that we can now have respect in community of nations. We must do what we are good at. And we are good at this. It's not that Nigerians are not farming, but they are farming to feed family. But if we have proper investment, there will be farming so that we can export, farming so that we can generate revenue. And then we go to, create our own Silicon Valley in somewhere in Nigeria so that the youth can bring their intellectual capacity on technology to bear on creating chips and creating writing apps that can solve problems all over globally. We have that potential and we should put it to use. And government must focus in that direction rather than putting so much energy into trying to bring out a refinery that has failed, that has consumed a lot of money. Imagine the money we have put into trying to bring turnaround maintenance for our refineries that have not worked. Imagine if we have put them into agriculture, we would have generated more resources and then feed our people, and then food inflation would have dropped. And our problem is leadership. As soon as we get our leadership right, as soon as we have leadership that is zero focus on investing on our people and investing in taking our people from poverty, and a leadership that can be hands-on for the roll of their sleeves, wear safety boots, and go about checking what Nigerians can do to survive, what Nigeria should do to survive. Then you will find out that Nigeria will survive and Nigeria will grow and take its place where we were before we post-independence and immediately after the independence, when Nigeria was really respected globally for his potential. That potential today has faded away because of corruption, because of mismanagement of public resources, because of misaligned allocation of public resources, and because of theft of public finances. This is why we are today, and we must be able to stop it from going further.
I appreciate this one from you. It's been a very, very instructive conversation. I mean, we've seen where the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security saying to us, and this one is what really bothers me the most, Nigeria spends over 10 billion US dollars annually importing food, such as wheat, rice, sugar, fish, even tomato paste. We are importing it. Yet the country is earning less than 400 million US dollars. Umar Bago saying they are committed to driving agricultural in this breakfast show. All right, let's go hear this from Chris Temple.
Good morning, Chief
Good
Barrister
morning to you.
Udwag Daniel. My name is Dr. Temple.
Dr. Temple, yeah.
In recent times, I've not seen someone who has spoken in your own words comprehensive wisdom,
Right.
like the person you have in your studio. All of them are true. My brother, the issue now is Nigerians are prepared now. Prior to now, I'll be very frank with you. A lot of people didn't want to farm. But now people have seen the importance that you see people farming in their houses and a couple of places. But one of the major challenges we have now is insecurity. If we are able to fix this, that people who have glamorized agriculture and made it in quote sexy go into farm, keep going into farm. to bring out policies that will make people own, or at least lease farms with little or nothing. And these people will be given input, at least relatively cheap, affordable. Okay, and you see people doing well with it. Go overseas in developed countries. Once you pass a city, every other thing you will see will be farms. Farms till you get to the next city. Well organized, well equipped farms. Oh my God, almost everywhere. For goodness sake, and these people are self-sufficient with very bad weather, and we have all our beautiful weather here. We can't do anything with our arable land. Oh, what a waste! Have a beautiful day.
Appreciate that one from you, Dr. Temple. Now I see BB Blessing. We'll just take hers too.
Sir, my mistake. Look at that. You go say, what the way forward? Even though we find the way forward, they will not lift it for us. 3 people now they rule us now. Our president one, Okpabio one, and yes, Wike one. You can see what they are using our money to do, to go and store house for another country. When you ask them, they go say that their wife get her, no be there, get her. I hear now many people that they sweep, all these dustbin people say over 9 months now for Abuja, they never paid them. 9 months now, the work was fine. These dustbin people, I'm telling you, when I come yes week, over 9 months, these people say they never paid them. Please, make them stop to buy our soldier, make them stop to buy them, make them pay our police well. You go see everything, judiciary, everything go be okay, everything go be for that. Agriculture, we not get time again. We are spending money for outside country. They have 3 rice for us, 40 for us, 3 egg. Give us poison, we go to eat it. Then they eat them, they go to last. God bless Nigeria. Bye.
Okay. All right, no, let's just get on to, oh, good Lord. Let's get to the Facebook page wall now and see your message. Okay, that's fine. Remember that you can follow us across social media platforms right there. We are very strong and alive. Get to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja. Do the same with the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to engage consistently and be persistent. Spread those beautiful lofty wings across every other social media platforms as you know it, and be part of what we do, because together we stand, divided we fall. My name is Udwak Daniel, and thank you for your contributions. Comprehensive wisdom, we all have spoken, and also to put it out there that your thoughts and your comments, and even the guest's comment, has not been influenced by Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Good morning.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hello, Male. How you doing now?
I dey my pikin.
Male, wait. She make I call you back. You sure say your credit go reach this guy too?
Don't worry yourself. Now MTN better gist I dey use.
Who no like better thing? Just go buy new MTN SIM so MTN go dash you 2,100 naira airtime sharply, and on top that one, every call where you make, whether na 3 minutes for this call or na 1 minute on top another call, e go